Okay, this is the latest. Obviously, by now, I thought I was already going to be in the hospital, getting ready to have my surgery tomorrow. It's not going to happen. We communicated with the doctor yesterday, and his exact words were that he needed to meet with me today and tell me a few things before surgery. Now, I heard this and I really hate it when people tell me that they need to talk to me, because I know that it's always going to be something that I don't like. So I immediately started assuming things, like, oh, he's going to tell me that I need to lose more weight, or that for whatever reason they're deciding that they're not going to do the surgery on me. That's what went through my mind. Mom's mind went, other places, like they discovered, that I have problems with respiratory or other things like that that were going to really complicate things. Okay, so met with the doctor today, and I wrote down what happened in that meeting so that I don't forget anything. The first thing he did was that he started talking about what was going on as far as my surgery was concerned. Obviously, you meet with the doctor at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and you're not already registered in the hospital. It's a pretty good sign that surgery is not going to happen. So first he started off by explaining to us that because of my weight and the risk factors involved from the surgery, that when I would be put in recovery, I was actually going to have to be put in a special part separated from everyone in intensive care. Now, he said that that was no problem, that the hospital was equipped for that, so that they could have me someplace separate because I was going to need extra special care. No problem there. The other thing was that I'm going to need a special respirator because of my weight, and the one that the hospital has a sensor failure, and apparently what this sensor does is regulate the level of CO2 that I'm receiving. So the anesthesiologist said that without that particular respirator, he was not going to participate in any kind of surgery for me. And he's the one we want, he's the one we need, so I'm going to have to wait on that. He just said that they already reported the problem and they're just waiting for the problem to get fixed. The other thing that he wanted to discuss with me, or actually ask me, was if I suffer from any type of sleep apnea. Now, here, he said that that involved snoring. If I had moments during the night where I just stopped breathing altogether, other things like that. Sleep, when you have sleep apnea, you start falling asleep uncontrollably. You don't even notice some of the times that you're falling asleep. Now, I was very honest with him, and I told him that I do know that I snore. I don't deny that. I'm a snorer, and sometimes I think it runs in the family. As far as if I stop breathing in my sleep, I told him that I really couldn't answer that, and neither can Mom, because we sleep in separate rooms. So she has absolutely no idea, and the only person that would know, or the only being that would know, would be my dog, and he's not going to tell anybody. So yeah, he was asking me that. I was honest with him, and I did tell him that way back when, like 10 years ago or something, I did suffer from that. I didn't know what it was at the time. I didn't realize it until like a couple years after that, I realized that what I had was sleep apnea, and So I did tell him that I, at one point in my life, did suffer from that, but I'm not suffering from that now. So that's something that we were able to get out of the way. Then he just, wanted to check out my abdomen, so he had me, prop up on a table, and he didn't help me. He basically just watched me prop myself up and, see how I was reacting to that. And, he checked out my abdomen, told me to get up, get off bed so that we can continue our discussion. And we did. He did tell me that he was very pleased with my progress from the liquid diet, that he saw me much better as far as my walking was concerned, as far as, I'm not huffing and puffing. He said that I was definitely much more agile than I was before. So those were good things. Then he proceeded to explain to Mom and I the 4 gastric bypass options that were available. Which, okay, the first one was the regular gastric bypass that everybody knows about. He gave this a triple threat risk for me. He also talked about a new procedure going on called BPD, which is a bilopancreatic diversion. He said that that's something that they've been working on successfully with people of my size, but that, a consequence of this surgery is apparently a lot of diarrhea, and that inconveniences a lot of people. He said that the other option was a DS, which is a dual denal switch. That's almost the same as the BPD with less diarrhea, which, okay, less diarrhea. The other option is the sleeve gastrectomy, and that is basically they cut 70% of the stomach, and he gives that a much less risk than the other surgeries, because the other two, the BPD and the DS, he also gave those a 3-time risk for me. Now with the sleeve, he put it as a 1 degree of risk, but I still, they would still have to worry about, the other effects as far as leaking and, those other possible risks that come from the other surgeries. So basically he said that he wants me to have as little risk as possible. So it looks like he's going to want to go with the sleeve. Probably my time is running out. Let's see what else. So if all goes well and the respiratory machine is fixed, I should be having surgery next week on the 10th. If not, by the 10th, then he told me that I'm going to have to wait until January. So yeah, that's the latest with me and my doctor's appointment today. So I'm a little sad, but I'm also a little bit glad, that God is taking care of me, and He's putting the wisdom in the doctor to go with what is definitely going to be much safer for me. It makes me feel good, and it, does motivate me. And I know that, everyone wants me just to go through this well. Okay, well, that's it for now because my time is running out. Bye.